Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Corporal, bringing you a review on the Cobra Vipers. Ooh, I forgot the trooper. Let me just grab him right here. So, because I got to compare him to the trooper. There we go. Ah, okay, so the Cobra Viper. So, as you can see, I have two of them, and I'm using the goggles of one of them. But yeah, this is the Viper is an interesting figure to me because I got this one from 100 servings. I should say that. And I got this one off eBay. And why do I have two? Well, I thought the legs were messed up on this one. The so let me get on to why this one even looks different. The the webbing he's wearing, they're the same figure, they're just different. This is the Python Patrol one. The webbing he's wearing just looks uncomfortable. I just don't like it at all. It also stops him from bending. He has articulation in the chest. He can bend and all that. But the webbing stops him from doing so. And similar to Beachhead. And not just that, it looks uncomfortable to me. Back when I was a kid, I had a shirt that was kind of like this. And it was just super tight. My parents are very much like, "Oh, you'll grow into it." They were that type, but they thought like, "Oh, you would lose weight," but they forgot I'm still growing bigger. So it's a shirt that's just too small, and I only wore it once. So I just like, nah, I don't like looking at it. It's black and it's red. It also kind of looks a little silly, so I removed it. Gave him copperheads, the Python Patrol copperheads webbing, and all that. I gave him the shotgun belt from another figure I got. The Flint. I got it from the Flint or Falcon figure. The Night Force Falcon. That's what I got it from. Make him look more like a shotgun, and I gave him this Valiverse shotgun. So this is my Kit Bash version of the Viper. I think it looks way better because to me, Vipers shouldn't be the troop builder. My history with the Viper figure is that he looked derpy. He looked really derpy, and that's because his helmet was super oversized for the figure. So it just made him look silly, but in retrospect, it's probably like it's very tight to the person who's wearing it, and like right now. But the original one was like, okay, yeah, that's probably like a normal bicycle helmet kind of looking thing, and all that. But why design a new helmet? You have the original design over there. So it was a toy my brother played with, not one I did. And they also didn't like how he looked because it was like a retro Viper, so he had the sleeves and all. He was sleeveless and everything. So I just thought he looked weird. He's wearing tight clothing and all that, and it's just no. So my version of the Viper would be more of like security kind of MPs and all that, because that's how I always saw them as. Like they're the troops you have on the base, not the ones that go out on the battlefield. So that was my whole head canon with Vipers, and that's what I tried to design here. Just this guy you'd find guarding a base and all that. Not really an MP and all that, but it's like vehicle drivers, stuff like that. The reason why they would have a helmet, you know what I mean? So that's what I went with. Instead of having like this all tactical stuff, this whole backpack with rope, and I think those are like charges, maybe. You can see he has like what looks like a plate right there. Yeah, no, they are charges. They're grenades. Just some kind of grenade. Extra mag. I like that they try to make it look like the mag that comes on the gun. I like the gun too. The gun's pretty nice, but the mag does come out. If I can get it out. It's in there pretty well. But yeah, it comes out. See, it makes me wonder what kind of gun this is that needs it, though. Like, is a double stack of 308 or something? So, yeah, he wouldn't need all of this gear, all that. Has all these extra pouches and everything. So, but all in all, I was like, I might switch the outfits around, give this one all of that stuff, but I probably won't. I really like the look of the blue and red one. Like, it fits it more than this does, and all that. But compared to the Trooper, it's kind of an inferior figure. The Trooper has more detailing, has more accessories with its knife, its gun, the AK. It has the SMG, the backpack, everything. The helmet comes off, and all that. Did I put sticky tack under this? No, it's just the friction. Yeah, so it's just a better figure. The webbing doesn't get in the way either. It has a belt. So I would love to army build the original troopers and officers instead of Vipers. But the Vipers have because they have the closed helmet, they get rid of that problem where it's like, why is the entire army like just literally 50% black guys, 50% white guys? And everything is like, shouldn't it be like different and all that, or like this? And it gets rid of that problem, so makes them all more uniformed and everything, takes away their individuality. And I like that because it has to be evil. So it's like, yeah, no, you have to be like part of like this big fighting force and everything. And despite them having less stuff, they are pretty detailed. They have a lot of little details all over. The gun is pretty bad, though. The pistol, it's some weird thing and all that. It has no porthole for a blast effect, so I did replace it. Man, so many difficulties today. Everybody's falling over, and some of you have sticky tack on. Like, why are you falling over? I replaced it with this one, which I believe is from the 3-pack of Vipers. So, yeah, it has a little skull on it. So, it fits perfectly into the holster. Gun, I did try some Valiver's guns. They just don't fit. And all that. So, maybe later I might get a Valiver's gun like the 1911 or something. Maybe that'll fit. Give me a second. I'm going to get sticky tack for this guy. There's some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. But yeah, they also come with goggles for their helmets. This is like an iconic look thing for them. I don't know why. Nobody knows why. They just do, but everybody kind of accepts it. For me, the goggles on this one just wouldn't fit. I didn't know I was supposed to stretch them out, so I put them on my guy to make it more. There we go. There you go. So I put it on my figure to make him look more owl-like. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Actually, let me fix my figure. There we go. And then it does stretch out. That's the thing. I try to put it back on and it's stretched out. So it seems like you got to really angle it when you put it on. There's really like no. I assume this line right here is to hold it in, but it really doesn't do that. It's strange. Posability wise and articulation, the reason why is like his drop legs were kind of weird that you can see, but they both do that. So it's just something the Vipers do, or that, or I got 2 lemons in a row. Articulation wise, this upper joint is stiff. Except, and they don't have the whole foot thing where the foot could rest properly. But I do think they do look cool. I want to make him look like he's reloading, actually. There we go. So he's, yeah. Arms and everything, because they used that pinhole joint. I think that's why. The trooper, the officer over there, he also uses those. So I think these joints actually, they don't look good, but they're just a lot more smoother. And this one kind of hides a little bit more. Stand up. There we go. Because it's painted over. It's the problem with the legs. The feet are the problem. When they don't have the ability to lean forward, they can't really do that many poses. You can't be as dynamic with them as possible. Maybe if I have them like fully down like that, put the sticky tack right here. That's a problem I have with a lot of figures. You cannot get them in poses where they're kneeling so well because they just don't have the ability to push their leg forward, their foot forward. You know, it's working. If I could get this knee bent a little more. You got it. Okay, got it. Okay. See, that was a problem too. There we go. There we go. We got him. He's starting to fall over, but we pretty much got him. Took a while. But yeah, he looks cool though. This one, I want to make it look like he's aiming and firing. For the love of. See, that's something they need to fix. That's something nobody talks about. It's just how the freaking feet don't bend forward. It upsets me. What, he's supposed to do a Slav squat while he's reloading? Is that what we're supposed to do? There you go. That's the proper reloading pose. There you go. If you ever want your characters to look like they're reloading, just have him just make himself a bigger target. That's how you do it. But that, again, that's not really a problem with the figure. That's more of a problem with the design of a lot of figures. I also noticed something else with the gun. Even though it looks cool, it has this interesting blast hole effect, porthole or whatever, where it's tight enough that some Valaverse effects will fit in them. Like they'll be in there, like stuck in there. I don't remember which one it was, but I had one that did that. That or it could have been the other gun, because I have both of the guns. Give me a second, my eyes hurt. But I've also noticed that the official G.I. Joe of Blast Effects will sometimes get stuck in there. And you could actually remove the pin by accident, because these things are like two different pieces. This could actually come out. So keep that in mind. Yours might be a little tighter than others. Take off the backpack. Show you what it looks like. The backpack looks pretty cool. Some cool plating. I would like this backpack. Not enough detail right there. I assume it's going to have one of those metal braces right there. I need one of those. But yeah, that's... But again, compared to the Trooper's better. So I can understand why Vipers are so cheap. It's because it's like... If you're going to army build, are you going to build... And you have the option between the two. Which one... Although these are cheaper, it's still like you're not really getting as much. But he is a cool figure. I do like him. The retro one's going to remind me of my brother. I know that. But the retro one, I'm starting to appreciate some of these figures a lot more. So the retro one, I could have him be like a heavy and everything, that classic look. So yeah, and that this is a sleeveless big guy. So you can give him a lot of personality and everything. The reason why I did it with this one is because he reminded me of an ODST from the Red vs. Blue series, where they had that special group of ODSTs. One of them was just the leader with the shotgun. And so that's why I did that. So hopefully one day I could get more Python Patrol Vipers. And I could have this whole squad of like specialized Vipers. But pretty much my Sand Scorpions kind of fill in that role of the squad. It's just that they're so uniformed that really the only thing I could change about them is what if they have the backpack or if they have the a different weapon. But yeah, it's so. But I'll figure that out as time goes on and everything. So it's really not. I hate that this review isn't like more flashy, but it wouldn't be that flashy because it's like this is just the standard troop builder. Okay, he's just the dude you get a bunch of. But I just wanted to show like what you can do with him. You can make him into something more, into his own character. Instead of being, he's not just the stormtrooper or the red shirt. Okay, he can be his own dude. Okay, this is the sergeant. This is the guy in charge, the team leader. No, he's the guy who comes around and orders the freaking Desert Scorpions and me to go do stuff. Why haven't you ninnies done what you're supposed to do? We don't have a job. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for my tiredness. It's like, ugh, work too much. Well, thank you all very much. Definitely recommend. You should at least have one Viper. But if you're going to save money for to army build, just keep in mind for like every Viper you're going to be spending twice as much for a single trooper. But hopefully get it to re-release the troopers or the Vipers, because those are like just figures you need. You definitely need them. Well, thank you all very much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a nice day. Bye bye.